We're talking about LeBron James. And we're talking about LeBron James becoming the all-time leading scorer in NBA history with over 38,387 points or something like that. I'm not here to debate who's the greatest between Michael Jordan or LeBron James. I'm not here to do that. Of course, I know there are people that are staunchly on the LeBron James side. There are people that are staunchly on the Jordan side. You also have people clearly that, I don't know, say Kobe's the greatest of all time. That is your opinion to debate, and I'm not here to do that. What I'm here to do is express the feeling that I had when I saw LeBron James, become the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. Since growing up, I've always been told, and we've always been told, that the name of the game, the concept of basketball is putting the ball through the hole. And there are milestones, that a lot of people think will never be broken. And when they are, and if they are, that's why we champion them so much. For instance, the reason why we made a big deal about Steph Curry breaking a 3-time record, because nobody thought that he would ever, no one thought that a player, because we know how much Ray Allen shot the ball, nobody would think that a player would ever break a 3-point record, or that 3-point record. And if it was going to be a player, it would have been the greatest shooter of all time, Steph Curry. When we talk about records and long-lasting records, right? One record that we never think is going to break. It could. Every record could break and could fall at one point or another. But one record that I think will probably never get broken is the 100-point record that Wilt Chamberlain has. I just don't think. Kobe was close with 81. Devin Booker scored 70. Donovan Mitchell scored 70. You had a couple 60-point games in there. But I just don't think, with the way that the game goes, the talent level, the talent on the defensive side of the ball at times, I just don't think there's going to be a player that will ever get to 100 points again. You see, a record like that, or one of those records where I just think to myself, ain't nobody going to get that. Growing up, when you hear 38,000 points, it's like, damn, that's a lot of points, bro. And you see those like you hear Wilt. Wilt, when we talk about record books, we don't really talk about Wilt that much because it's Wilt. Wilt Chamberlain did things that you could never imagine happening. Again, averaging like 50 points a game a couple times. Like, Wilt is just another class. But we talk about the skyhook and we talk about Kareem. I just thought that, again, the name of the game is put the ball in the hole. And I just never thought that we would see somebody score over, see somebody break that record outside of Wilt Chamberlain. Now, not Wilt Chamberlain, outside of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, I will say this. One of the biggest reasons why I don't like debating the whole is LeBron James better than Michael Jordan thing is because I know how I feel now. And I know I've never seen somebody like LeBron James. And when I was younger, I'm only 28. I'm not, growing up, I wasn't old enough to understand the greatness of what we saw from Michael Jordan. All I saw was, highlights and highlight tapes. And of course I saw the later years of Michael Jordan. Like, I saw the last few championships, but again, I was young. I didn't understand it. I saw the Wizards, Bron. I actually saw the Wizards, Michael Jordan play one time. So I can actually say I saw Michael Jordan play. But I don't know the feeling of watching Michael Jordan in his prime, or I don't understand the feeling of watching Michael Jordan in his prime. You see, I can honestly say there will never be a person like a player like LeBron James. And it's not just on the court. LeBron James has been a model citizen. He's done a lot for his community. He's done a lot for his family. He has 2 great sons. He has a great wife, great mother, great daughter. Like, he is the model of black excellence. You know, and what's funny is, for years, people have been trying to get something on LeBron. Either on the court or off. Man, look, LeBron James has his issues as far as on the court. But I can honestly say, I don't know if he's the greatest, but I know that I've never had a feeling watching a player like I have watching LeBron. And I'm not saying, I'm not a big LeBron stan or whatever, but I know when I watch LeBron James play, I have never seen someone do what he's capable of doing at the level in which he's capable of doing it for this long. In order to break this record, in order to become the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, you have to win, which is beautiful and also crazy to think about. LeBron James has never really been considered a scorer. You know, when we think about scorers, we think about the Kobes, the Michael Jordans, Kevin Durant's, Steph Curry's. You know, we think about players like that. We never think about LeBron James, which is why I think this is. Don't get me wrong. I would love to win 4 championships. I would love to win 4 MVPs. I would love to win, 4 finals MVPs. But this is where I think his legacy will lie. I think his legacy, for instance, Steph Curry, right? We'll talk about Steph Curry briefly a little bit later in the show, but Steph Curry's legacy isn't going to be the fact that he's a 4-time, possibly more, but right now, 4-time NBA champion. The legacy isn't he's a 2-time MVP, one of which being unanimous. The legacy isn't he took a franchise, which people forget. The Golden State Warriors was the laughing stock of the league, or at least one of the laughing stocks of the league. He took them, and now they're one of the most profitable franchises in sports. None of that is going to be, that attests to him. But when you think of Steph Curry, you're always going to think about the greatest shooter of all time. You see, when we think of LeBron, we're not going to think, he's a 4-time champion. That's with him, but that's not the first thought. The first thought isn't, he has multiple, 4-time MVP winner. But that's not what we're going to think. And what we're going to think now is, LeBron James, the great. When we think about Wilt, all we thought about was, the all-time leading scorer. Now that's LeBron James. Again, I'm not here to debate if LeBron James is the greatest player of all time. I'm not here to debate, is he even the greatest scorer of all time? I've seen people do that all day, Just because he is the all-time leading scorer doesn't mean he's the greatest scorer of all time. Look, I'm not here to debate that, bro. What I will say is this. Watch with my own 2 eyes, live. Not saying me physically being there, but experiencing this era of LeBron James. I can say this. LeBron James is the greatest basketball player I have ever seen. Lace up some shoes and play. LeBron James is the only player I think in sports history that has come in and not just rise to the expectations, but exceed them. I mean, because you remember coming out of college, man, or no, I'm sorry, coming out of high school, because he didn't even go to college. Coming out of high school, he was deemed the chosen one. He was on the Sports Illustrated cover, St. Vincent, St. Mary's. He was supposed to be the best player in the league. Like that was what he had on him coming into the league. And when you really sit back and think about it, like, he's so much superseded. He's so much exceeded expectations to the point where he damn near shattered them. So, again, I'll say congratulations to LeBron James for becoming the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. A stat that the reason why I just don't think this will be broken is because you have to have the longevity. You have to have the consistency. You have to have the greatness to score that many points consistently. And LeBron James has been that and more. And what's funny is this record ain't done. I think LeBron James has easily 3 to 4 more years left, maybe 5. So again, congratulations, LeBron James, for being the greatest basketball player I've ever seen. For the amount of time in which I've seen him. And also congratulations to LeBron James for for becoming the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. NBA history. Also, I've been kind of lingering on this topic for a good little minute, but think about that, man. I think the best part about this that I'm just so in awe about is the fact of LeBron James isn't a scorer like that. Again, you look at some of the greatest scorers in NBA history, you don't think of LeBron. To be fair, you didn't think of Kareem either, but he was up there. But you don't think of LeBron. You think, like I said, you think of the Kobe's, you think of the Jordans, the Durants, Steph's, Dame Lillard, like, You know what's funny? This is the last thing I'll say. So the was it the Grammys? The Grammys just happened, and the Grammys is stars full of stars. Harry Styles, Drake made video appearances. Lil Wayne, the big names are there, right? However, hell, even Hove was there. Hell, Braun did. Even Hove was there. But, and you can see it through the TV if you watched the Oscars. I didn't, but I did see clips and stuff. There was a different energy when Beyonce walked in, right? Star of stars, right? You had Kendrick was there. Lizzo was there. Adele was there. The Rock was there. There's so many people, but there was a different level. There was a different energy. And you know it because people respect people differently because they understand. There was a different energy when Beyonce walked up in there. That doesn't take away from the greatness of everybody else. It's just, that's Beyonce. That is LeBron James. LeBron James can be in a room full of Steph. And you know how I know it's true? Because as soon as LeBron James broke this record, not only did the game stop, but they had a video of people, greats. Steph said something. What? KD said something. D Wade says something. It's just different when you see Bron. It's different when you see Beyonce. I don't know how I was able to talk about the Grammys and Beyonce and that. But hey, again, congratulations, Bron, for breaking or becoming the NBA's leading scorer of all time, or NBA's top scorer of all time. Oh man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.